That is Voltron, and he is BA. What's up, everybody? This is Scott. Welcome back to another video. So I recently bought a new home. Well, new to me. The house was actually built many other moons ago, and I've decided that when I moved, I'm tricking the whole house in smart devices and Google Homes and lights and all that other jazz. And I hadn't actually thought about anything other than a Nest Hello. So finally I got my hand on one, and finally I have it installed. So today's video is a review and why I absolutely love the Nest Hello. So some quick stats about the Nest Hello. It is 1.7 inches by 4.6 inches by 1 inch. So I guess that would be width, height, depth. We'll go with something like that. Comes in at a sparkling 4.28 ounces. A 1/3 inch 3 megapixel 2K color sensor that has 8x digital zoom, an RGB light ring, and light status. Okay, so installation. Full disclosure, I couldn't install it because the house didn't have a wired doorbell. Crap. So I had to get somebody out here to wire up a doorbell because I didn't have one. So the person that had the house before me actually just used, I'm not really sure, wireless somehow. I don't know how it worked. But I uninstalled it and had a wired one pulled in so I could actually use the Nest Hello. So that was the first thing. So one thing you need to know, if you don't have a low voltage wired doorbell in your home, you're going to need that regardless for the Nest Hello, but you're going to need that for the Ring or anything like that. So if you don't have one, you're going to need one, just so you know that. But with that said, it also meant that I didn't have the wires running to the door. Crap. So I finally gave up, and this was because I had installed some other lights and ceiling fans and shocked myself enough that I brought out an electrician. I didn't want to deal with it anymore. He was a professional. He basically had the wires completely ran to where they needed to go in 60 minutes, and that's why I make YouTube videos, because I don't know how to do anything. So he had actually the week before installed a Ring into someone else's home and knew exactly how to install the Nest Hello, so I basically watched him install it. He didn't have to read any of the installation guidelines, and that was okay because I followed along on my phone. So the Nest Hello does give you a nice step-by-step if you're installing it on your own. I followed him, and it was really easy to follow, not only on my phone, but also by a professional. So a quick note, when he first installed, he installed it with the jumper attached to the wires. In my home that didn't work because in the middle of the night the doorbell would just chime even though nobody was pressing the button. So I attributed that to the jumper, took the jumper off, wired it all back up, and haven't had an issue since. So if your doorbell is ringing in the middle of the night with nobody there, and I could see that because it's a video camera that's out there by the doorbell, just uninstall the jumper. So what I like about the Nest Hello, the app is amazing, and once again Google has nailed it with the simplicity. You can log in remote and not only get HD quality images, but you can get the sound that's happening out there too, which is great when you want to freak someone out because inside the app there's a button that you can press talk. And when someone's at the door, you don't actually have to answer it. You could just hit the talk button and they can talk back and forth to you, which I absolutely love. I thought it was great. My kids think it's hilarious, so they'll ring the doorbell and I'll get the notification while I'm at work. I'll log in there, I'll hit talk, and then I'll talk back to them. They think it's hilarious. I think it's great. It's just one of those features of something like a smart doorbell. I know the Ring can do it too, but the Nest Hello, it's just so much fun. It is HDR quality images, and that is for sure. It's in a nice 4.3 aspect ratio and basically makes looking at the door or whoever is there or whatever's going on look amazing. It looks great. Morning, noon, and night, has a great night vision so you can see everything. I absolutely love everything about the image quality of the Nest Hello. It also has 160 degrees of view, which means I can peer down my walkway and see someone coming from a while away. That way I get the notification way before they actually get to the door. So a lot of times I can kind of freak them out and say like, leave the package at the door, or what are you doing on my front step? Blah, 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 something like that. And it's just a super cool feature. I am a giant nerd. So the integration with my Google products is fantastic.
Someone's at the front door.
It's to the point where I've actually turned the door chime completely off in the home, and I have basically, hey, there's someone at the door pumping through all of the Google Homes in my house, which happens to be 2 Google Home Maxes, 4 Google Homes, 3 Google Home Memories. You get the point. if someone rings the doorbell, everyone in the house knows that somebody is at that door, which I guess is, I mean, I think it's pretty dope. So if you have a Chromecast or you're subscribed to Nest Aware, which I'm going to talk about that more in a little bit, you can even watch the Nest Hello on your television, which means you can be even lazier laying in bed, then hitting the talk button on your phone while you're watching on your TV. It's just so fantastic. I swear I'm going to become unmovable at some point. So the motion detection is really, really good, although it's a little aggressive at times. You can see in some of these images that I have a table that's out on my front porch, and when a car drives by, it reflects. And sometimes if the camera picks up on that movement, it can actually think that it's a person, thus alerting you that somebody is there, and you get the picture. It's a little aggressive. However, if I had Nest Aware, I could turn that zone off if I wanted to, and more on that in a minute. Probably one of the more important things, not necessarily to make the Nest Hello work, but make it to reach its fullest potential, is Nest Aware. And that kind of rubs me a little bit raw. Nest Aware is continuous video recordings for a set amount of time. So you can see on the screen right now, it ranges from anywhere between $50 a year and $300 a year, which that is definitely not cheap. So having Nest Aware opens up some more options for you. You get things like facial recognition. When a particular person would hit the door, it would say like, Scott is at the front door, or whomever that might be. I definitely have it to where if Greg rings the doorbell, it says like, mean word is at the front door, and you can kind of pick up that picture. If you watch our live shows, you know what I'm talking about. You also have the ability to set activity zones. That way something would trigger in certain areas that the camera can see, and also have the ability to go back and watch recordings depending on the amount of service that you purchased. So the part that I don't like about that is the fact that it's not cheap. The $50 I can kind of deal with. The $300 per year, it's not something I really want to get down with. I wish I had some of the abilities like the activity zones or the facial recognition when I had that in the free version of the Nest Hello, but I mean, I guess I get it. I don't necessarily want the video recordings as much as I want the facial recognition and the activity zones. So can I recommend this? That's just a silly question. If you don't have a smart doorbell, they are amazing. I was a little skeptical at first, I'll be completely honest. Whether that's the Ring or the Nest Hello like I have, you can't go wrong with either. I'm going to recommend that you get the Nest Hello because it's just a little bit better than the Ring Premium. Now, if I were to take this versus the Ring kind of comparable, it's a little bit more expensive for the Ring than it is the Nest Hello. So the Ring Pro, which is probably the closest one to this, is $250. The Nest Hello is $229. You have a few more additional features in my mind that it makes it worth it to take the $229 and put it into the Nest Hello, even though the Ring has been on the market a little bit longer. So you get a better product at a cheaper price. It's absolutely a no-brainer. If you're in the market for a smart doorbell that can kind of double as a security camera, the Nest Hello is absolutely for you. I would buy more if I had tons of other doors, but I only have a back door, and that's okay, and I don't really want another one out there because that would be weird because we have a deer that runs around. Anyway, as always, like, share, subscribe, thumbs up, leave a comment below. Join us on Thursdays at 8 p.m. Eastern Time or Eastern Standard Time. Greg and I have shenanigans on the live show again, and we will talk to you next time.